All right, you guys, let's talk about the evolution of our resistance bands, which are actually just tubing that is covered, right? I just don't like the name tubing. I think that sounds corny. Bands are bad enough. So anyway, here's my first resistance band product that I launched with the PT Bench. This band here is like 12, 13 years old, okay? And this was the evolution, right? As you can see, they're the same length, but and pretty similar really in a lot of ways, except for, of course, this covering, right? And this is the big difference maker. So when I started with these, I was terrified because I did have a few of them break. I had a few clients that got snapped, and I thought, no, I have to do something about this. And unfortunately, I had bought like $2,000 of these, all right, from the manufacturer. Didn't realize really that issue at the time. It was going to be such a big deal, you know. So the problem with exposed tubing, like you see in a lot of gyms, is first of all, this is exposed, right? Or ours are not, right? So because this is exposed, then it gets cracked easier from just elements of any kind from people touching it, right? Or if these get outside at all or wet, then it's just much more likely to get worn out quickly, right? Another big deal is that ours actually have a limiter on them now. So before, let me demonstrate this. Since there's no sleeve on the tubing, these could, I'm actually a little bit nervous because this thing is like 12 years old and I haven't even touched it in a while. Maybe it'll break on camera and not hurt me, and it'll be a great example. But anyways, you can see I could keep going here, and there's nothing to stop this from being overextended, right? Whereas ours are purposely stopped. So our limit is about right there. So this one could go quite a bit farther than that. I'm just scared. I literally am scared. So the point is, because they don't get overextended, then their life is much longer. And God forbid, if one were to break, which they do on rare occasions, they are warranted for up to a year. We'll send you a free one for up to a year of your purchase. But if they break after that, then of course, you know, they're about $10 or $12. You can buy packages of them. So as you guys know who already have these, they're really tough. But yeah, occasionally they do break. The tubing breaks on the inside. Now what happens is nothing comes out, of course, where that will potentially pop you in the eyeball or something, right? This one. And so they stay encased, right? But it does just go flaccid, for lack of a better word, right? This just gets really loose, right? And you can then use it for tie downs around your house or whatever. But the great news about the fact that this stays together is that you know, you don't lose your balance, right? So it stays together. You're still holding on. I've never seen anybody lose their balance because a tube broke. Now that being said, when you're doing a movement, say like a rowing movement, right? You don't want to be leaning back. You want to always, you know, assume that the tube could break. You want to be balanced, right? So if I was going to do a row, I want to be really balanced. If this thing were to break, I'd be just fine. Whereas if I was hanging back here and really pulling on it and it broke, you know, there's an outside chance that I could lose my balance. So always remember that. And that's even true with cable machines, guys. So, you know, people think, well, a cable machine is much stronger. And yeah, a cable will probably last longer than a tube because cables they do last a really long time. But 2 times in my lifetime, I've broken a cable on a cable machine. All right, I was doing a seated row, cable broke. I flung backwards, right, because it didn't stay together, right? And another time I was doing a tricep pushdown, and so cables wear out too. You always have to be careful when you're strength training. That's just the reality, okay? So anyway, that's the evolution of our tubing. Ours are shorter than I've ever seen. Makes them so durable. Remember, you can double and triple them, both in length and also resistance. So you can double these and then have twice the resistance, right? So I think you'll love them. And by the way, this part up here, I'll bring it up close, is super durable. I've never, ever seen you know, it come apart up here. You know, I've got these heavy duty carabiners and it's double stitched here. So these are really, really tough, guys. And they're gonna last you a really long time.